Hey guys, Huck Sports Cards here. Hope everybody's having a blessed day. Well guys, it's been a couple weeks since I put out a video. Man, I've been just real busy. Been working at UPS, obviously my full-time job, but I've been selling a lot of stuff on eBay and then on some Facebook pages, so I've been real busy on that. If you get a chance, check out my eBay store, Huck Sports Cards and Collectibles. Check that out. I'm gonna put a link in the description so you can go check stuff out. I got a lot of older stuff, newer stuff, and everything like that. But guys, today I want to talk about Keith Hernandez and why I believe that Keith Hernandez should be in the Baseball Hall of Fame. And I think that his stats and everything back it up. And he has better stats than some other guys that are in the Hall of Fame that played first base. So I just want to go over that today. So let's talk about Keith Hernandez and why he should be in the Baseball Hall of Fame. So, okay, guys. So, you know, Keith Hernandez, he's probably, to me, I would say he's the one guy that is more deserving than anybody else that's been left out of the Hall of Fame that didn't do steroids like Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, or gambled like Pete Rose and stuff like that. I feel like those guys are, in my opinion, deserving of being in the Hall of Fame, but I understand why they're not, because certain rules and everything like that. But I believe that Keith Hernandez didn't break any of these rules, and because they were voting on him to be in there and he wasn't voted in, but I believe that he should have been voted in. And here's some of the reason why right here. So I definitely believe that his WAR numbers show that he should be in. So he had a WAR number of 60.3. He had 7,370 at-bats with 2,182 hits, 162 home runs with a lifetime batting average of 296. Now you would say, well, those numbers don't look like that would be a Hall of Famer's numbers. But here's the thing, and I think people overlook this a lot of time, is the defensive numbers that somebody has. How good are they defensively? Everybody looks at the home run numbers and RBI numbers, and yes, but you know, there's another side of the ball, and that's the defense, right? And I believe that Keith Hernandez was probably the greatest defensive first baseman of all time. That's just my opinion, but I really believe that Keith Hernandez was the greatest first baseman defensively of all time. And the reason why I say that is Keith won 11 consecutive gold gloves from 1978 through 1988. He won more gold gloves than any other first baseman. That's one of the reasons why I feel that, you know, my opinion is because nobody won more gold gloves at first base than Keith Hernandez. That, like I say, he won 11 of them in a row. You think about that. That is just incredible. So he just dominated, you know, at first base defensively. The greatest first baseman of his era, for sure. The greatest first baseman defensively of his era. Okay. He was a 5-time All-Star, 2-time world champion. Okay. He won the National League MVP award in 1979, and he was the co-MVP along with Willie Stargell. And I want to bring up Willie Stargell here in a few minutes and compare him to Keith and everything. But here's something that was incredible, that, you know, Keith, he got MVP votes in 8 of his 17 seasons. Okay, in 1979, he won the MVP. 1980, he was voted 11th best in National League. 81, he was 20th best. 82, he got 17, or he was the 17th most votes for MVP. 83, he was 21st most votes for MVP. But here's something. He had a stretch from 84 through 86. So in 1984, he was runner-up for MVP. And in 85, he was 8th in the MVP voting. And in 86, he was 4th in the MVP voting. So That's 3 top 10s in 3 years right there. And like I said, he just had a great stretch. But, you know, here's what I want to do. I want to kind of compare him to some of the guys, you know, around his time and everything like that, and just put their numbers out. Like I say, he doesn't get enough credit because he was such a great defensive first baseman, where a lot of times they would just throw people over on first base and, you know, somebody hit the ball down the line and, you know, they wouldn't stop it. Well, he was good enough to stop it. He saved more runs probably at first base than anybody in the history of baseball. So, but like I was saying, Keith's WAR numbers, he had a 60.3, okay, a 60.3 WAR numbers, you know. Now, these 3 guys that I'm getting ready to bring up and everything, I believe that they're Hall of Famers. Like I've said before on my show, that I'm a big Hall guy. I think that there should be more people in the Hall of Fame, you know, because I see a lot of guys play, and I was like, man, that guy is great. I mean, if I'm saying somebody is great, I think he should be in the Hall of Fame. I'm not saying the guy's just above average. No, I'm saying the guy is great. And I do believe Keith Hernandez was great. And but Keith, like I said, he had 60.3 WAR number, right? Well, Tony Perez, which I wouldn't argue that I believe that Tony Perez should be in the Hall of Fame, but Tony Perez had a 54 WAR number, okay? And Willie Stargell, who Keith was co-MVP with in 1979, he had a 57.5 WAR number. So Keith had WAR numbers better than both those guys. And like David Ortiz, now he played first base for I think 200 and something games. So, but he, you know, and then he was a DH for 2000 or whatever like that. So here a guy that's just a DH, which obviously he put up good numbers at that, but didn't play a position, gets in, and he only had his WAR number was 55.3. So, I mean, my argument would be, I mean, Keith Hernandez had better WAR numbers than these guys, and he was far superior on the defensive side of the ball. It's just crazy for me that I guess the voters and others just don't take into account how good somebody is defensively, you know. And I just feel like he was definitely one of the best. So I mean, that's my argument for Keith Hernandez to being in the Baseball Hall of Fame. I just feel like, you know, a guy wins 11 consecutive Gold Gloves and the best defensive first baseman of all time should be in the Hall of Fame. And I mean, to be honest with you, his batting average wasn't shabby either. I mean, he almost hit 300, okay? I mean, he batted 296, which is, that's not terrible, right? You know, and he had a lot of clutch moments. He was a leader on that 86 Mets team, you know, and he helped lead the Cardinals to a World Series. I mean, so he was a leader in the clubhouse. Now, some of that, I think that the reason why he didn't get in was, I know he was involved in a little bit of the situation with, like, a lot of them were doing cocaine and stuff like that, and that came out, and maybe that's why the voters, you know, didn't vote for him. I'm not real sure, you know. But guys, and matter of fact, I'm going to talk, obviously this is a sports card show and everything that I do, that, you know, his 1975 baseball Topps card, the Topps card is his rookie card, and put this up on the screen here, and you know, that's an awesome looking card there. But you know, my favorite card of his is his 1976 Topps baseball card. I'll put that up on the screen as well. I don't know what it is. I love that card. It's a really cool card. I mean, he's got a lot of good other cards and stuff like that, but the 76 Topps baseball card is definitely my favorite card of his. But guys, that's all I got today. Like I said, I feel like Keith Hernandez should be in the Baseball Hall of Fame. And, well, another thing before I cut this off, you know that Keith Hernandez is in 2 different Hall of Fames. He's in the Cardinals Baseball Hall of Fame, and he's in the Mets Hall of Fame. So he's in the Hall of Fame of 2 different franchises, and but he can't get in the Baseball Hall of Fame. So I just feel it's a shame that he's not in there as being the greatest defensive first baseman of all time. So, but guys, I would love to hear what you think about this. Do you think Keith Hernandez should be in there? Shouldn't he be? Give me some reasons. I appreciate some comments. Just let me know really what you think on this, guys. But guys, I appreciate you watching today. And until next time, we'll see you later.